Yo, yo, yo. What's good, everybody? It's JB in the building. How you feeling? Okay? Y'all need to realize that this concept is highly wrong. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Before we get started, I want to know y'all's thoughts in the comments. Let me know y'all's thoughts on once a cheater, once a liar, always a cheater, always a liar. I want to know y'all's definition and y'all's concepts of that, right? But I want to go deeper. Y'all know how we get down. So, once a cheater, always a cheater. Now, let's go to the history of things. We can go to the education system, the government, politics, YouTubers, streamers, content creators, as I call them, content copiers. We can go through this whole long list of history, and it always repeats itself. It always overlaps. The rap game, the rap industry, when it comes to education. You know how all of this came about? Because a family, multiple families at a very, very high financial status, okay? So they can oversee everybody who's walking to work, driving to work, the wrecks, the traffic, they can monitor everything. They're in that high position, right? They came up with the idea and concept. We are going to teach people how to be workers, not teach them how to be leaders, how to be bosses. Because then if they taught us how to be bosses, we would take their spot. Or, most importantly, they feel envious on us taking their spot and their position. Because once people like us get that type of knowledge, our swag, our energy, our relationship, our way of communicating and connecting to other people is way different from how they connect and communicate with people. They connect and communicate with a authoritarian perspective, an authoritative tone. We talk with a relatability tone, a community tone. You see, it's a different type of verbiage. It's a different type of vernacular. And that's with education when it comes to rappers. What do? They make samples. They have a sample of a song. Let's say it's a Drake type beat or a 𝗀𝗂𝗽𝗽𝗽 type beat, and it's very popular. An up and coming artist, an up and coming rapper is going to freestyle and rap on top of that beat so they can get more attention and they can spread that song that they made that is more popular from Drake, from the top artist, right? And they're going to keep doing that, posting that over and over again to get some type of spark. And then they're going to come with an EP, come with an album. Or we can go the route of these industry plants, They're going to have the same, they're going to be a one-hit wonder in the beginning. They're going to have this crazy big signing, this crazy big wave in the beginning on social media, very big presence. And then what's going to happen? They're going to just die off into the distance because it's just constantly, it's a constant rabbit wheel, right? So that's just two examples of history repeating itself. So when it comes to once a cheater, always a cheater, they told us in school that plagiarism and cheating is bad. It's a bad thing. Why? Because we can't take their rules and apply them for ourselves. Because in their brain, they are way more important than we are. Now, that's almost like saying men and women are equal. Come on now, we know that's not true. Men and women are not equal. Physically, emotionally, spiritually, we're not equal. Let's not even play that game, okay? So when it comes to those families creating that propaganda and agenda towards us, the middle class, the lower class, right? They don't want us to go by the same rules that they abide by. You see, their kids operate on a different type of plan, a different type of rule book. Whereas our kids operate on a whole different type of rule book and planning, right? And just by the tonality in which I said that, y'all know what I'm, right? Y'all know what I'm saying. So now let's take it to present day. When it comes to you, me, somebody who wants to make something of themselves and they want to bring that forth to people that can understand where they're coming from. Either they have shared similar experiences in different lives, which is us as spiritual beings, or it's us wanting to put ourselves out there so we can get other people to attach themselves to their higher level of thinking. When does it become cheating? If you do it once and nobody sees, you don't get the credit. You know you did it, but you don't get the credit for it. And I'm saying if you achieve something, if you do it twice and nobody sees, you're not going to get the credit. If you do it 5 times and nobody sees, you're not going to get the credit. If you do it 100 times and one person sees and one person applauds that, there you go. That's what you need. If you can get 1, you can get 5. If you can get 5, you can get 10. If you can get 10, you can get 100. If you can get 100, you can get 1,000. If you can get 1,000, you can get 10,000. You see how that works? All you need is one time to be right. One. But what about the times in which you're wrong? Who's holding yourself accountable? When you abide by other people's rule books, when you abide by a rule book that is not the meta anymore, it's not the traditional way of life anymore. What are you going to do? Where can you look? So, for example, let's say that I am regurgitating the same exact points that I heard somebody else make, and I attacked them in a certain way in a video, the same way somebody else did on their video. And this is a popular YouTuber, okay? Y'all will be in the comments and say, you sound just like, or you're saying the same points like, or you're attacking the same points like da-da-da would. Can't say that with me. Because I'm always evolving. I'm always learning new ways to communicate ideas and concepts to y'all all the time. So if I make that my brand, and because they did it, going back to the samples that the rappers use, the popular songs, if they did it and it worked, and I make video after video after video after video exactly like this person, title, thumbnail, talking points and all, it will work. It can work. It can. Because you've seen it work. You see, a lot of people will say, do not rewrite history. Why? Why do that? If it ain't broke, don't. But we already know it works. Let's find another avenue that can work. Let's expand the horizon of things that work. This is what I tell you all the time. Let's use artists, for example. J. Cole is not, okay, J. Cole dropping an album is not going to stop Drake from dropping his album. Drake dropping is not going to stop Kendrick Lamar from dropping his album. Kendrick Lamar dropping is not going to stop Joey Badass from dropping the album or Jitty Jed from dropping the album. J. Cole dropping the album and making his money is not going to affect Drake's pockets. It's not going to affect Jitty Jed's pockets, Dreamville's pockets, Bob's pockets, Kendrick's pockets, Joey Badass pockets. You see what I'm getting at? Winners win. Winners win. If you got something that is worth selling and that is productive to people, It's effective and it works. You don't have to worry about people not buying it. You don't have to worry about people not buying what you're selling. So, cheaters never win. I don't believe that. Or, excuse me, once a cheater, always a cheater. I don't believe that. Because let's say somebody did bite off somebody's whole entire flow. If they were strategic and smart about it, they would use that for their semi-blueprint, right? As their way in. They're kicking a door. We've seen it happen multiple times on social media. People use the same exact image of somebody else. They bite off it. They grab a hold onto it. And after a while, they get 100,000 subscribers. They get their bag, get their money, do whatever. They take all the backlash. They detach. They detach from that person, that persona, and now they create their own lane. Then that's when you can weed out the snakes. You can cut your grass and see how many ant piles you had in the grass. That's one way. But that's you being smart. That's you being intelligent. How many people on social media are like that because everybody steals and copies off each other and think they popping because they just stole somebody else's identity? That's cool. To each his own, right? But I'm an original, genuine spirit. I mean, shout out to y'all, and y'all do what y'all do, but I'm going to come with my own perspective and my own lane that I'm paving for people that's behind me and ready to push the envelope forward. That's what I'm evolving, right? But all it takes is for you to be right one time. For one person to see it. And ideally, this one person is multiple, a video or a stream or a clip and a post on Instagram, TikTok go viral, right? This is obviously one person. I mean, a multitude of people. All it takes is one to get that track, to get that, he got something. But guess what? I've been doing it for years. I've been posting every day for years. I've been streaming every day for years. Streaming. New idea, new concept, new talk, new reactions, new videos, So you're getting a hold of my personality. So just because somebody does something one time does not mean they can't change it up. You see? Does not mean they can't switch it up. Because once you reach a certain level of success, once you climb that mountain and you get to the top, you may realize, damn, it's a little too cold up here and I don't like the cold. So you walk back down, or you go to another mountain that the sun is beaming on. This one is not a big mountain, but the peak is beautiful and it's nice. But this mountain right here, the sun is shining perfectly on that mountain at the top. So you go to that mountain instead of staying on this one. You have the right to change your mind. You know that, right? You do. You have the right to have a difference in opinion. You do. And it's all about how you mold it, how you transform that, okay? So share this with a friend, to a mama, to an auntie, to a dog. No cats. Because we all need to morph our free-thinking personalities, because we all have it in us. It could be some outlandish thoughts that seem a little too crazy to somebody else, but trust me, them thoughts are needed. Them thoughts are most definitely needed. Most definitely, okay? So y'all stay focused, stay determined, just be simple, have a phenomenal day, and it's JB, and I'm out.